it's a new quiet in my life, right? Like, and there are times I love it. There are times that I'm like really conscious about it and I'm observing my thoughts and I'm like, wow, the peace is quiet. And the people that are walking in, they're like, oh, it just feels so peaceful here.
I think a lot of people don't realize when you're going through divorce, it does feel like you're mourning somebody, that you're losing somebody. Mm-hmm. And I feel like so many people can relate to that. So many people are going through divorces that, you walk into a marriage thinking that that's going to be forever. And, even though it doesn't work out, doesn't mean necessarily failed, but it was, it's hard to lose somebody in that respect. And is that how you're feeling right now?
Totally. And, the word failure has such a bad connotation to it. Like it really, I think maybe this is the athlete in me. I have failed way more than I know I'll ever succeed, but it's because of those failures. I feel like we have to change the name, right? It's just, it sounds so bad, but like it makes me, there's a lot of shame behind failing for most people. And me included, a lot of guilt and shame. And those are the two feelings you don't want to live in, right? Because that tends to then stay in your body and who knows, can get you sick down the road. And it's like, we have to be okay with failing because without that, there is no succeeding. There really isn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what would you say that you've learned about yourself in these past few months so far?
Well, I could tell you that I know a lot more about my morals, values, and beliefs than ever before. I think I remember my therapist asked me that question maybe a year ago, and I was like, I don't know. Actually, I couldn't tell you. And I've also learned that moving forward, right? Like it is important that two individuals talk about the morals, values, and beliefs that they have. And hopefully it's similar, right? And then with that, they grow as independent two people, right? I get very codependent sometimes. I am anxious, what's it called? Anxious attachment. You're looking at her, there's like anxious attachment and something else attachment. I forgot the other one, but it's like, they always end up marrying each other, right? And it's just a common thread. And it's interesting because it's like, I don't know if it's the dancing, but like I tend to like, we're one. No, we're not one. We're like actually still two individual people, right? Mm-hmm. Here on this planet Earth and doing this thing together called life. And eventually, yes, maybe we will grow a life together, but with that, it's so important to still be your own person. And I sometimes can be a chameleon,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has dance helped you?
Oh, dance has helped me from everything, from my child abuse to my abusive relationships to my parents' divorce to my alcoholism, my addiction. I mean, and more so now that I'm conscious of it, and more so now that I'm creating a dance program of mental health and movement, right? Like it's so fascinating. I'm also starting a new therapy, process called somatic experiencing, and I'm going to be doing that next week because I'm so fascinated with how our bodies have so much to say, yet we are taught in society today to push through, like no pain, no gain. My left ankle hurts, I got a right one. Like especially as an athlete, like there is no bowing out. You bow out, there's someone there is waiting to replace you. So it's like to have to listen to your body and really retrain your brain just to like know that your body, if you try to force whatever it is that you're forcing, whether you're pushing through, it'll hold on to that trauma in your body and it will turn into something horrific at the end of the day.
I mean, going through all this, like, you've been so open and honest about your sobriety as well. Has going through this tested that at all?
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's more like, it's not like I missed the act of drinking. I never liked the taste of it. It was just for the effect, mm-hmm. right? So absolutely, I've thought about it, especially, and I'm home alone, mm-hmm. but it's like Fort Knox here. So anyone who hears this better not come on my property or else. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but yeah, you see what I'm saying. I realized I've been saying that too much in the interviews that like now every sound I hear, I'm like schizophrenic. So
has that been hard? Do you like living alone? Has that been hard?
I've lived in this home for 15 years, right? And I've had lots of memories, as you can imagine, and different stages of my life here. And for obvious reasons, now is not a good time to sell. It's a good time to sell. It's not a good time to buy. Yeah. Right. But, I'm trying to make this home my own again. And I'm going to go through renovations very soon, which I'm excited about. But like more than that, though, it's a new quiet in my life, right? Like And there are times I love it. There are times that I'm like really conscious about it and I'm observing my thoughts and I'm like, wow, the peace is quiet. And the people that are walking in, they're like, oh, it just feels so peaceful here. And that makes my heart happy because I have definitely put in a lot of energy, new energy, and trying to make this kind of like my zen, you know?